Good day, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to today's Friday and just the last day before the weekend. Alright, so let's have a look and see what the market has given us. I know there's some news coming out, so let's give it a squeeze here and see. Alright, so I've marked out this liquidity earlier, which we obviously gone and taken now. So I'm just going to take the lines off here so we can have some sort of a clear view. I just want to see where we are. Alright, so okay, what line is this now? Alright, guys, there's some equal highs here at what's it, this 58 level, 2258 level. So that could be a place we want to see price accelerate to. And then what I just want to look at is the gaps. Okay, there's no gaps. No real distinctive gaps. So all I'm going to do now, these are the equal highs. Let's just make it 5 minutes. So I can mark it out with a different, there we go. Liquidity is run. That is what I wanted to mark out there, you know, ahead of the news, and the news went straight to it. And that was expected, and this trend line is still holding pretty much. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go till 1 minute, keep an eye on what's happening here. Alright, so we've taken those equal highs. There's obviously this high here. So we could see price come down, but I'm not going to preempt what price is going to do because it didn't work well for me in the past. So I think it's going to be important for us just to read price and take it as it comes. So let's just give it some time. It's Friday, so don't go crazy. Okay. We might see some follow through into that, but okay, so let's see if we can make okay, so we've already saw this wick into this big black candle. Don't know if you want to go lower. just see if there's any other targets here. I mean, if we really want to go higher here, on an hourly, we could see price test this level, close, test, and then run higher. And I just want to see on a daily. Okay, so on a daily, let's go through this quickly. So we've got this three drive down with all this liquidity up here. We inverted down here, test, entry, liquidity. Okay, so this is where we're going next. $22,100, so I like the $22,200. So we can test. If we test here, I'll look to take a buy up here. Can take a stop loss down here, and we can take it. Put a take profit up here. Right, so now let's sit back and see if we're lucky enough to get this entry. I do think price would want to come and test this wick of this down candle. But again, the price doesn't have to do. See if we get that. Equal highs up here, so maybe let's. Okay, so there we go. We triggered long. Crazy if it's going to stop me out here, but because if it does, then so be it. So I'd like to see that price holds within that black candle. And again, that's why you got stop losses, right? To make sure you don't get trapped. I mean, we've already got into this black candle. We create a new one. So I'm just gonna sit with this. Okay, so we've got down candles here, in there, and a shift. So, theoretically this low should hold, so I'm just tightening up that that low there, or that. So we could see a push down and up again. Or we can see a full-on reverse. Okay, that's a nice fair value gap, holding price there. So now I want to see price goes higher, and again guys, 9:50 and 10 past 10, that is the macro time, and that's normally the time when liquidity gets run. Hopefully we see some sort of a push higher up, and I've marked the right liquidity, and it does not, you know, plan to go lower. As long as that fair value gap is holding price, then I think we should be good. Like to see a close above that black candle's high, then I think it would be pretty bullish for us to go higher. Okay, so that's obviously not good. We close below that fair value gap, inverting it, and that shows that we most probably want to go lower first. It's probably going to stop us out. I'm just trying to see where to can go. I mean, there's a gap down here. Okay, so we're out of that trade, and I guess it's fine. Probably want to test this. Let's take that out. If this was a gap here, I would have thought that we might go down one. But anyways, we're out, but we still have this equal highs up here. Now it's the waiting game, guys. This is all it is. If we close above this black candle, then I'll get long again. something like that. The reason I was looking down here, this is the only gap is way down here, so I don't know if price want to come all the way down here to test it. There's a little gap in here, but this is your first not the first gap actually, it's this one here. Call that the first fair value gap. Okay, so let's see where this one closes. Still think we're going up there. Okay. I want to see price go low here. Those black candles low. Okay, let's, if we form a nice upward candles here, this is the new swing low or not. Then I would have just moved my stop higher, but okay, so obviously this thing really is not wanting to go to those equal highs now. Maybe this is where we either gonna smash through to go lower, or where we might, this could be the OTE, create a inverted fair value gap. Then again, this is the news. Going for this low into this first fair value gap, yes. strong to the downside, so probably scalp that $1,400 there. Let's put a stop here. Okay, so we took that trade, which is fine. We might see some sort of reversal here and target those equal highs up there. So all we got to do now is to sit and wait. Just keep an eye on it. Alright, so what I want to do is I quickly want to just mark out the rate for the strategy here so everybody can see. What was the news today? It's a PPI. Forex factory, let's see, it was PPI, I think. PMI. Okay, so this PMI. PMI. Actually just put that center. Make it higher, bigger. This is the low. Alright, so here we have the PMI high, PMI low, and we can see liquidity is pushing price higher. It formed this nice fair value gap here and got inverted. One, two, three, 4 candles inverted, come back for the retest, and then a little bit spike outside. Closed below that up candle's low, and we can make that right. And it literally come back into that wicks, which is an entry zone. That's a separate obviously entry that I teach, and we've gone down to the lows of here. Now what I want to bring to your attention on the daily, we still obviously got this 22,200 level that we thinking we're going to gravitating towards too, but for now that's the high, that's the low. We ran it, I normally don't play the first inverted fair value gap from this, and we waited for a second one. It set up nicely, and yeah, this was your break even point. But again, you wouldn't have entered here, and the reason being is because you waited for the retest. So break even was probably here, and yeah, break even, and then that was your target. If you had taken this trade in the so you would have I normally would have waited for price to make its move. So I'm just trying to see how do you make this actually fit. So not a massively, I mean it's a 2-to-1, but if you had sit and waited for this entry here, you would have put your stop above that high, yes, and 186. So not a great risk to reward trade today, but and I promise you guys, going into February we'll see more of this, and it will be more perfect, and the risk reward will be much better in my opinion. And yeah, so it did play out, and if you caught it, then great. If you left it, then it's fine, there will be more. But yeah, this is just a breakdown: the highs, the lows, the inverted fair value gap after liquidity was run. Within 5 to 6 candles we inverted, it came for the retest, and then it went straight to that low. Now we're sitting here with these lows in this fair value gap where price has just run. So if we close above this black candles high, I think that would be a good place to try to take a long, but let's just wait and see. So this is a great way, to keep you out of trouble when you take a trade. When you see liquidity gets run, now with this candle, I mean, I would never have taken this trade here. And I know what I'm telling you now is the opposite of what I would have done, but I've got other indicators that I'm using to, which I'm not sharing with you guys. But I will in the future, as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I will gladly do so. But for now, there's some other technical stuff that I use that indicates that pressure is more likely pushing lower. And in this fact, right here we run liquidity, we close above that. Normally I would take a buy within that candle's wick. But as you can see, we wanted to run lower again. We've got a black candle. If this white candle closes above this, I don't know if I would take the trade yet, but we might invert this fair value gap to, I don't know, go lower, maybe to this low here. And that's probably something I would look to take. Even this, I mean, we got this black candle close below this white candle's low. Price into that wick is a good short. The reason I'm not taking it is still within this first fair value gap that formed after 9:30, and that could be a barrier to push price lower. But if we end up pushing lower, that would be an inverted fair value gap, and that obviously will change from a support level to a resistance level, and possibly push price lower to these lows here. So let's just give it some time and have a look. Okay, so I'll sell 6 if it comes back into this fair value gap, and that's me preempting that we are inverting it, and that's never a good thing to try to preempt these things. I'm just doing it because what I'm looking at looks like we want to push lower, but if we take out this low now, then I'll just cancel my sell limit. Like to see that candle run into or not. Okay, so I'm out of this sell limit. Okay, we're in a fair value gap here, so if we spike in here, then it might be worth looking if we close below this. I just don't know how far. I mean, we've got all of this liquidity here, so that could be the trigger, but let's have a look. But we've run this low now. If we close aggressively above here, then we might see price going up again. But if we reject here and close below this white candle's low, then I'll look for shorts again because of this fair value gap. If it's gonna leave us with a white candle. Okay, the reason I sold there is 50% of that candle, I mean, up here. And just like that, my friends, that is how I hate, taking a trade outside of a fair value gap because of that drawdown. So now what we want to see is a close below this white candle. Then obviously looking for lower prices. that's probably one of the worst trades that you can take, is going into that drawdown. Okay, so you see that dotted line, that's 50% of this fair value gap or inverted fair value gap. Spiked into it, rally up and stop right below it and start there and go down. So that could suggest we'll see the drop still, because that 50% is obviously a key level if it wants to hold price. It's funny, if you look at it, created it, its support, it rallied up, came back, support, tried, breakthrough, now it's resistance. And obviously we close below this. If we close below this white candle, that's obviously a good bearish reaction. So I just want to take the $2,000 here off the table. That would be great for us, and that's also a nice trade to. Yeah, so I think that was a good trade for us, reading price action. So whoever took it, well done. If you didn't, well, hope you made some notes, and we're going to see more of these trades. See how we come to retest this wick. That's where you can get in on a nice short. And I think we're most probably gonna pull back more. And if you got short there, it's an easy $1,000, scalp. Again, if we close below this, I mean, that was a good entry if you've taken it. Stop just above that. Let's see what that would have looked like. You can squeeze this to a 2-to-1 and see how that would play out, but I do think we'll go down to that 2-to-1. Guys, what you will see sometimes, like up here, got this black candle close below, this white candle's low, up here, never retraced into that area. If you really want to be picky about good trades, you wait for price to go in there, but not randomly. There must be context behind it. I didn't take this. One, it didn't get there, but most importantly, because of this fair value gap that was blocking price, I wanted to wait and see. I actually did take the trade in here because there was momentum behind it. I thought we'll go for that. We got it. We came back, and yeah, it pushed down nicely, and now price comes back in there. If you got in there, you'd have been in money in the green pretty quickly. I mean, that could easily have given you 1-to-1s there. 1-to-1 already. 2-to-1 is obviously a target. I mean, you just have to keep an eye on it, and Be very specific. Don't try to rush price here. It would have worked out this time, but sometimes if it's a big push like this and you entered here, you would have been in a big drawdown now, and you would just sit there and this thing is going higher and you think to yourself, what was I thinking taking that trade? But ultimately this is a good trade, especially if you want to scalp. And if you waited, you would have been in the money. You could have taken a profit, or if you just scalp small amounts, easy $1,000, and then as you can see what's happening now, it's turning against you. Same with this one here. We ran liquidity. We ran up, never got down there. If you waited here, that was your entry, and look what happened. Immediately run up. That's a good $2,000 if you trade what I'm trading. But if you took it here, yes, it would have worked. But if you I mean, I'm just showing you guys to take better entries than rushing. Sometimes I rush these things as well. We closed below this now, which we didn't, so we can't take it. I mean, price might just hang around as some sort of a pullback, and maybe because these two highs are equal, it's not a perfect equal highs. I don't like it when they're directly next to each other, but we could see some spike up here and then drop, or we can just drop, which is great for the demonstration. So guys, what I normally do when price is hanging around like this, I don't like it. I mean, I like price to move and move quickly. That's what I like to take, or the momentum I'm looking for. This might expand to the bottom or lower, but if you consolidate like that, the chance of running a liquidity higher and then drop is much higher, or vice versa, depends on your direction. So, and that's when I start keeping my my stops tight. Do I do it all the time? No, I don't. But that's the things I need to force myself to get better in this year. Remember, this year is all about transformation and becoming a better trader. So, and if you can't identify the mistakes you're making, you'll never improve. So for me, I know there's some weak spots or blind spots for me, and I definitely need to find the disciplines to resolve that. Okay, so now that we've broken this low, good time to just move your stop to break even, because if it turns around now, you'll just obviously take no money off the table. But it's always good to secure some sort of profit. Maybe break even, go to break even and take 50% off. Makes it better. I mean, you literally just need that little bump down for your full profit. I've seen it so many times. Comes back up here and then go down. So alright, so as you can see, we're most probably going to get stopped out here if you've taken this trade like that. Yeah. Alright, so but there's no fair value gaps in here for me to say, oh, that was a great reversal. And I mean, as you can see, we go back to that first fair value gap, and that was resistance. And I don't know if that's what we're going to do, convert it and then run up the page again. I don't know, but I need lots more to happen on my end before I'm going to take a trade. And let's just do something here. I actually 8:30 to you guys might wonder, what am I marking out here? So this is just me using this indicator that marks out your 9:30 to the first 15 minutes of the opening, market open, market out, and see if there's opportunities on the breakouts to go long or going lower. As you can see, we went up and then came down. That would have been a nice entry there. And then you can obviously target the opposite side. And in this case, if we close above this black candle now, this one here, and above that middle line, that's most probably something that give us some sort of a bullish move, or it's just a nice pullback and trying to target this low again because of nothing here that helps it to invert. There's a fair value gap in here, so maybe we run these equal highs like I said and drop in and invert this little fair value gap here to go lower. And just to show you which ones I'm talking about, this one it is. And again, guys, now we're sitting between two fair value gaps, one that got inverted and one that looks like wants to support price. If we go strongly below this, then it's fine because then it's a good inversion. But again, this is the range. This is so in discount. You don't want to sell in discount, you want to buy in discount. I mean, this candle must do it now or forever hold your peace. Okay, if we close up here above this line, this little wick here, just keep an eye on that. But you don't want to get stuck between the two. Yeah. If we close below this white candle's low in here, I think we might see some downward move to this low. So I might look at the scalp to that. I need to see it close. See, now you spike in there, you spike down here. Where do you want to go? That's the question. That's why you don't just take trades. Because that to me looks like it's trying to trap people to go into a direction. And again, if you really look at this, got lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and now we right here. So this could take us up in here into this fair value gap, because what I always tell people, this is where you find liquidity above these highs. So I'm most probably gonna say that's a target. And then obviously we have a higher target. That looks like a buy to me. Right in that candle. So it's not a confident trade this, but taking way too many trades today. Would have been nice to see a deeper push up. I'm not going to enter there. If we take that low, I'll just cancel the sell limit. Too eager on this trade up here, but that was a nice entry. I mean, there's some good buy side here. And then even if you go to, I don't know if it's on this one. There's some equal highs up here from the daily. So there's some good opportunities still for us. I mean, running this low, forming this inverted fair value gap here, that to me is a A++ setup. Just show you guys. If we inverted this now and closed there, I would say you just take it. But I'm not sure if that will be the thing that's going to work here. Looking at that 50% there, and tells me this is like a fake move. But guys, not all setups is going to work all the time. That's why experience will tell you or teach you when to sit out and when to trust it, when not to trust it. And I can tell you, this now is an outside bar spiking through the high, closing below the low. That is bearish. Where could it go? It could go to this 50%. Ah, did I miss it? Just to show you. Okay, 50% was there. It's alright. Maybe we get another squeeze down. See. There's a weak 50%, but then there was follow through. We might go to the low. That was a nice trade. Come on, let's see if we can get through it. Push. Close below this white candle is bearish. Out of a fair value gap. Holding that middle range again. Let's see if he want to give us some money. I mean, you can look at this, close above this to go higher, but obviously I'll look at a few other things as well, and its direction is the opposite. That's why I'm holding a trade. If we close above here, I'll probably close the trade. Still holding under that 50%. So just so you guys know, I would have been out of this trade with this spike down, targeting 50% of this. My aim was a little bit out, so I put the wrong spot, and now I'm just aiming for price to go below this low, or even this low down here, but just to take that $600 out. And maybe it's not going to give me the opportunity. It all depends on this candle here. Huh. In this fair value gap here, if it spikes and close within this, then no. Most probably would drop now after I've closed it, but yeah. Alright, so I mean 11 o'clock is normally the cutoff for my trading, but just to run few things quickly, there's a target up here at this 38 level because of that fair value gap with these highs. That's normally a nice drawn liquidity. Then right here we've got the daily equal highs, so that's a nice target, and I do believe we'll go to this level here, the 200 level. But those equal highs are intact. This little target here, let's take this out. This is that first fair value gap, which becomes important now. If we invert that, come and test it, then I'll most probably target this little liquidity up here. I mean, there's a fair value gap here. Let's mark it out. It's holding price, but we want to see a nice solid move through this if I'm gonna start targeting that. Otherwise I'll just sit on my hands and just wait for another opportunity. Okay, so this little fair value gap now turns into an IFEG. Test it and maybe go for this, for the low here. But you want to see price go to that dotted line and not close above. If it closes above, then guys, it's Friday. I would not worry too much. We're testing that now. Do that 50% through it. Let's see where it closes. Nice reaction of that IFEG, and I would most probably just target these lows. Remember, if you look at this trend line that I'm drawn here, this is all liquidity. Now we've already spiked through to this point here, so this is most probably the liquidity we're after. It's that one there. So it's just below this low. That's why I'm thinking that there might be an opportunity to go there. I'm not taking it. Price action is too choppy for me down here, and this could be some sort of catalyst to lock people in for the weekend, and not taking the obvious liquidities. But I do think for next week that daily liquidity is going to be a nice one, if you can catch the bottom of this move. If we close below this white candle's low, this exact candle now, if we close below it, I think it might send price lower. So if we close below there, that line I've just drawn, then we might see price going for that bottom liquidity. Yeah, you've got 10 seconds to do that. If it doesn't, then do nothing. Okay, do nothing. So I'm gonna live stream this till 11 o'clock, and then I'm gonna end the stream. What I will do is I'll see obviously the section where the rate for the strategy was in play. I'll cut that out and see if it fits on a short, and make a little short of that. Just an explanation, and then obviously then we'll obviously go and have weekend and see what next week bring to the table. Got a feeling we're going to go sideways from here, and maybe later in PM run, I don't know, maybe downside and then come back and move sideways for the rest of the day. Or I could be wrong. take that out because so basically, I don't think I'm going to take any trades here. It's too many mixed sites, and that just sets up for disaster. And I'm not going to take a trade now if I've got 3 minutes left to trade. Okay, but before I go, let's run through a few things. Let me go to a different chart that's clean, so I don't that didn't change, did it? Right, let's make sure there's nothing on here. Alright, let's just jump to a daily quickly so I can show you guys what I'm seeing there and why I'm saying what I'm saying. Alright, so obviously there's your equal highs. This is in a bigger fair value gap. Remember guys, I will not be going aggressively long, but if we close above this orange box, then I think we can see price going even higher. Sorry, let me just undo that. And the reason I like that, that 200 level, it's up here. If this is 50 and that's 25.75, so this top, you know, if we just fill half of that, it's going to take you to that 200 level, and that's what I think we would go to at some point. But I think for now, these equal highs, I mean, we moved up, we came down, and now we're just consolidating. So we could see some sort of drop down into something like this, or we've already dropped into that wick. Maybe we're not dropping at all and just go through it, or maybe we just sit like this and then next week comes, we'll push down and then run higher. I don't know. So I don't like to preempt too much on a daily. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. We've taken this liquidity, we inverted down here by this candle, we tested it. That was your entry. That was a good daily entry if you really took that trade. And yeah, and then obviously if we close above here, then new highs is on its way. Alright, let's just go to 1 hour quickly and see what do we have there. Okay, so 1 hour. Alright, just check something here. Alright, so here we've got so much liquidity. Sorry. All this liquidity, all this lows, that's all liquidity. So we're up here at that equal highs. We're creating this candle now. Now this is bearish to me. Okay, price goes into and stab into that wick. We might see price going to take these lows, all these lows. I don't know how far it could reach down, I'm just saying there's a lot. I'm not saying the market is crashing from here. I'm just saying there's a lot of sell side, and maybe it's, I mean, yeah, I don't know. And then it, you know, obviously will create some sort of a setup to go long. So maybe it's this lows here going down and then go up to those highs. So this is just what I'm seeing, and as you can see, we tested into that orange box, and now if we obviously close below here, then you invert this, and then we might look for these lows here. But again, this fair value gap getting inverted with 1,000 candles is not ideal, so that's definitely not a plus setup for me. All you got to know is this is looking bearish, and maybe that's just a pullback to run liquidity, and then boom, next week hopefully, or towards the end of next week, targeting these highs, or maybe NFP even when that starts. And then obviously if we go back to the 1 minute, just go back to our other charts so I can show you guys. We were looking to target these lows and that liquidity. That's exactly where we went into, and I mean, we've got all this liquidity up here still. I don't know if we're gonna get to it today. Maybe. I mean, I've seen the market doing crazy stuff before, but it wouldn't make sense in my mind for the weekend. Maybe force people to go short and then trap them to go high, or going up to this target to trap them and do some down move later. But I do think there's momentum to the downside here, like I showed earlier on the, I think on the hourly. Alright, so I'm actually going to leave you guys at that, with that, and yes, so have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you guys next week, and we'll do more live sessions like this. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave comments below if you've got questions, any suggestions, and